Stay dry and steer fast. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. Clarifies that rigging the odds in your favor in preparation of the takeover is one thing, but collateral damage is another. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That hit the spot, wrecked it. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Keep going. Here's the second line of defense. It's smoldering already. Give it a good smack. Give it a good smack. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. He says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You're one step closer to ending the tribe war. Says you're in good company there. The Quirk-Quarp outpost. The Netra tribe first beat this into shape. Such a soggy day. Let's see. Says they've been waiting for you to help them liberate the outpost. Just keep going while you can and don't stop until all outposts are under your control. There is a high boom team ready to help with taking over that outpost, but it seems their arc shooter is busted. Seems happy to hear the arc shooter will be dropping high booms down on the outpost quick-like. Get up there and get fixing. Critical. All fixed up. The arc shooters are already gearing up the high booms. Hope their aimers are fixed too. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. He says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You're one step closer to ending the tribe war. Says you're in good company there. What a wonderful day! Certain! Tapped hard. Bangarang. Bionucleus 4J. Toxanol should never have built these stuff. Sure is dark out. Hey, you could probably make something glossy with plastic scrap. Let's see. That's just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. That'll come in handy. Hard as nails. That made it all worth it. Might need to shade your eyes. Night's over. Ooh, a biohazard like that can make you real sick. Have you been up all night? Gah, that's just awful. Watch your step around here. Mojo station. Wonder if there's any go juice there in the juice tank. Cracker do. can always find some use for rubber scrap. The forest is where you go for wood. Smells like adventure out in the woods. Hey, there's some e-waste. Let's see. See that plastic scrap over there? have a good eye for that stuff. Wow, wow, wow. Bullets everywhere. The mountains are closer to the sun, yet colder. Nice. Metal scrap. You can always use that. Let's see. There's the sovereign who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his outpost to be invaded, but now that you're working with their rival, he can see why. He would have preferred if you could have solved this without violence. At least a peaceful solution has a chance, while a violent one never has. It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll... The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost, and believes the rival is weak enough to engage them at their fort. They all hope you can lead them to peace. They've been waiting for you. Taking control of this fort will bring peace between your tribes. You better be. A tribe's fort is a bigger challenge than an outpost. The plan is to fling you over the wall with a sling lobber. However, he wants you to secure a hard hat first, should anything go wrong.
What?
It's better you go and find one for yourself. It can't be too much trouble, though. It's one size fits all. Let's see. Imagine being stuck in the woods forever time.
Oh, the ghosts are gonna hate FF.
It's time to set the rival tribe free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to their Sifu. Clarifies that rigging the odds in your favor in preparation of the rival's fort is one thing, but collateral damage is another. That's a fire starter. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. It burns brighter than the light. Burn, burn. Well placed. The mountains are beautiful, but so exposed. Seems like a peculiar item. The battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate. Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. That's bonkers. The Netra tribe values liberty and is striving to protect freedom. They want to continue with each tribe being responsible for their own and believe that uniting the tribes is the only way you can survive. He was hoping it wouldn't end this way. There's no reason to fight instead of uniting. It would be fighting over nothing. He thinks being likable isn't enough. If fight is all you do, he can't stand by you. He's realized a peaceful end to this would be best. He'll entrust the fort to you. The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but suggests you be merciful. Do good, and good will follow you. Thinks it's a good gesture to offer support to others when you can see that they need it. And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. Side by side they'll stand until order and stability is reinstituted. He's gotten news that the other tribes have realized there are no winners in this war. There's no purpose in antagonism. All three of them believe your tribe has grown strong enough to unite them. It's clear your efforts have been successful. There's light at the end of the tunnel. The tribes are tired of war and will remember the one who brought them peace, whether you decide it'll be now or later. So, do you want to end the war now or continue the crusade? He agrees. Better save your energy for something meaningful. It's the Netra claw chain. Feels like you could be blown off the world. so much easier to see all the colors during the day. Look at that plastic scrap, just waiting for someone to do something with it. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. He promises he'll be there for you. Just come talk to him beneath the tree if you're feeling lost. Out of Date says there's a time for everything, and now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out.
Farfarifjo, tuka kubu.
The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end.
Shintuata moti huasa.
He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm.
Ba no yuan.
Out of Date says the time has come for you to reconcile with your past.
Iatu yao mawa.
Lupa Lupin is still staying in the camp where he was brought up. He hopes you'll find the answers you are looking for there.
Cantita duela bofo.
Even though darkness is a part of your nature, he suggests you try to keep your cool, as the best fighter is never angry.
Iatu yao mawa.
He'll point you in the right direction, but the rest is up to you. This part of the journey is one you'll have to do on your own. Lupa Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains.
Mpa, wherefore, where?
Out of Date hopes you'll find your way and the answers you were looking for once you're there.
Koye bun, tuvun bunun.
He knows he said it before, but the time has come to put an end to the Lupin's reign of terror.
Dolomawawanya.
You should get over there, come face to face with destiny. It's going to be you against the Lupin. No rules.
Mao toliawahu.
He wonders what's on your mind.
Kutuvun poputue.
Hopes to see you again soon. A mount peak is always farther away than it looks.
It's intended.
She wonders if the rumors she's heard about you finding the Ark are true.
Camonu.
She's thrilled you found one. There's nothing you can't do.
Ignadaldo.
With the world recovering, the Ark would be a wonderful way to see it. So much faster than even her favorite gnotes.
Camonu.
Loves that you did your best to help the world rather than hurt it. You could have used much more of that, even before you returned.
Tropalo.
Any idea who might be joining you on your Arky journeys?
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. if you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Carnamunta.
Feels deeply honored that you'd want her to come with you. An ark is no ganote, but she can't pass this up. She's coming aboard.
Masanmal.
Noko knows she's known for saying things over again.
Ganoruta.
Has plenty to do, so no worries. A breeze would be wonderful right now. She heard a rumor you found the Ark and wonders if you're going to head for the stars. Can't contain her excitement. It's the shiniest thing ever. Hopes the world lives, so you can use the Ark to show her the twinkles. Says it's amazing how much you've done to make things better here, and the Ark seems like not enough of a reward. Hopes you've been thinking about who your best tripmates in the Ark might be.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next.
Why? You don't...
If you want to go...
But you know you can't...
I think...
She's about to burst. She's thrilled to be going to the stars with you, closer to the twinkles than anyone she's ever known. Nova says you should keep your eyes on the stars and feet on the ground. Says you should take care. He's learned you discovered and activated the last of the arcs. How exciting. Old doesn't always mean bad, especially when talking about tech from the before times. We've lost far more than we've relearned. Just imagine how much more of the world you can see in the Ark, now that the world's still going to be around. You fought well for the world. You can be proud of that, no matter what. Questions if you could possibly have any open spaces left for fellow travelers on that Ark of yours.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to...
Why?
If you want...
But you know...
Almost can't speak. He's so happy to be joining your voyage, to conquer the skies and everything beyond. Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you. Says talking to you was interesting. Wonder how far northwest the dunes stretch. Lobo's curious if what she's heard about the Ark is true, that it can ride through the sky all the way up to the Twinkles. Then maybe she knows more than you. It's out of date's escape plan if everything falls apart. She hopes she's part of it. Who would want to leave now that the world is recovering? But she thinks traveling to a world beyond the sky sounds exciting. You've done what you can to spread light in this world. She wants you to think about what you could up there beyond the clouds together. She thinks saving her a seat on the Ark is part of your fates.
So, what we have here is an opportunity.
Why?
If you want to...
But you know...
She's been giving it some thought, but sadly can't accept. She's not convinced you'll be able to put aside your differences once you're up there. He's helped Out of Date to get the Ark hardware restored. There's just some wiring left to do before the vessel's ready for takeoff. He just needs to reroute the excessive high spark to run through the proper plug in the system so it won't break the path if it blows. Gizmo isn't sure you'll need to make use of the Ark, though. It looks like your efforts to save the tree and the world are paying off. He knows your good-hearted nature means you won't leave him behind, but you need to work on yourself if he's going to be isolated with you in the Ark. There are things you don't see eye to eye on. It's not that he doesn't care about others, but the fact that the Ark only has 4 extra seats means you have to be picky when choosing company.
So, what we have here is an opportunity.
Why?
If you want...
But you know you can't...
He's been thinking this whole thing with the Ark through and has decided he won't be joining you. First off, he isn't 100% sure he's got the wiring right, and really, he doesn't think he can stand being in that enclosed space with you for long. Gizmo will always make time for you. Understands completely. Heard you haunted up an Ark for yourself. Now, that's one amazing kind of prize. Imagine what you could haunt with that. Figures you can travel to where there are more monsters. Thinks you might not use the Ark much if the world's fine, but he'd take it out even more. Perfect for a haunting safari. Doesn't know why you try keeping things alive that need killing, especially in a world like this. Either way, though, that Ark sure seems shiny.
So, what we have here is an opportunity.
A conscious choice to be alone means you won't miss anyone.
The thing we're really missing here is someone with compassion. You just seem to have passion. For yourself.
The world would be a better place if we were left alone to handle it. Then we'd only have to talk to ourselves, and that's how you get the good answers.
Well, anyone in their right mind would agree you're better off on your own. Let's hope the Ark carries you all the way there.
Munteo Mastula.
Says the Ark's your ride. You get to fill the seats how you please.
Amanka.
Moog's glad you keep coming back.
Mishaku Zavania.
Has plenty to do, so no worries. Heard you found the perfect vessel for any kind of travel, right? You declares it's his favorite thing in the world. Next to books, of course. Wonders what an ark's good for when the world doesn't need to be escaped from. But hey, there's so much to see here too. You helped out so much around here. It's good the ark found its way to you. He doesn't want to read too much into this, but who's going with you in the Ark?
So, what we have here is an opportunity.
What?
If you want.
But you...
Can't wait to join you on your journey. Just has to pick the right books to bring along. Sol says he's ready to pack up and leave. Says goodbye to you. It's so dark out. Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Tread carefully here. This is Lupin's camp. Lupin says he's been looking forward to this moment. He wanted you to come here and see for yourself where it all started. He was so little when your mother and kin came here to put an end to his mother just because she was different, a hunter. That night, the hunter became the hunted, trapped with nowhere to run. He says your mother showed no mercy, only vengeance. He can see that you're not like your mother. There's something different about you. Maybe you would have made a better decision than she did, and let them be. They orphaned him, left him alone, an outcast and a freak. Lupa Lupin says he's been reliving the moment every night since then. He says your mother and her disciples started something that couldn't be undone. They created the monster he would become. He knew his time would come, and he was patient. So, when he got news about your birth, he knew how to get revenge that would last. That's why he spared you that night he raised the village when you were a child. He wanted you to suffer for life, like he had. He marked you for life, so he'd recognize you when you met again, and you'd eventually remember where you came from. His hunger grew insatiable over the years to come. He tried, but being vegetarian wasn't in his nature, and he couldn't go hungry. But he's never taken a life for the sake of appetite. It's always been about survival, and that our true self is being who we are. A deep look into nature will make you understand everything better, and that natural selection eliminates, and the strongest survive. Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny, and now the time has come for you to accept yours. Trigger. The world needs saving. Make the most of the day. Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand.
Loma utulu ba yowo.
The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war. He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war.
Tolowoya lo yalobatoloyo.
Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over.
Ayamowaya.
Out of Date says the signs of the end of the world are everywhere. It seems nature is preparing to take revenge.
Tamuk gabamuktab.
The day of reckoning is coming, and you are invited. He can feel you're approaching the end date.
Momomboso?
If you haven't decided whom of all like-minded, light-hearted beings you've met have earned a seat on the Ark yet, it's time to do that now.
Tohuaye.
Then grasp your last chance to make sure Lupa Lupin stopped for good. The tree settled its score, but it left yours half done.
Papamofobak.
He's happy to help.
Udeno kun nunyofobo.
Says you should take it easy. You should figure your nighttime strategy. The Sifu is seeking revenge too. He hasn't forgotten what Lupa Lupin did, but he also wants to stop him from attacking his tribe. That the world seems to survive doesn't mean he must. He hopes you agree, even if it goes against your light-hearted nature. There's no room for predators in the world the Myriad tribe is building. But he knows this is your fight. You should handle it. Lupa Lupin's own fear was his shackles, not the roots of the tree. It just changed him. You have a chance to stand back and let the tribe handle it. The Sifu is ready to step into the fray. Are the odds about to change in your favor? If a friend dies, something inside you dies. You can save the Sifu by making yourself a target. You're when the world crumbles. This is not a prophecy, me telling you about the future. It's you shaping it. Here's a vulgar display. The more he does, the stronger he becomes. Remember who the real enemy is and stop playing the game his way. This is how it ends. The Predator and the world itself suffering. But at least it's a sign they're both still alive.
So, what we have here is a clear matter of life and death, and only you can make a difference.
You continue to make bad decisions and mistakes. Oh, it never ends.
It's easy to make a good decision when there's only one option. The only mistake here is you.
My mistake is letting you speak. My conviction is that the world would be a better place without your voice.
Convincing yourself doesn't win the argument. In the end, we won't remember the words of our enemies, but the silences of our friends.
The weak can't forgive. Forgiveness is a strength. It's not all life and death. It's no better time than now to accept a helping hand. Do you wonder what turn life might have taken if you'd done things different? A left when you went right? A yes when you said no? You've walked the thin line between survival and disaster and haven't lost your balance yet. It's because of you the Tree of Life and the world has been given a second chance. You carried the light in a world full of dark and made a difference in a place that needed change. You allied with the Myriad tribe and acted on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. However, light and dark does simply represent the polarities of life. One can't exist without the other. This isn't the end. Just being surrounded by nature as it heals itself will rejuvenate us. Nature will teach us how to survive. So, trust your conscience to show you the way, and everything else will follow. But you're not alone. You filled the Ark, and those that shared your perspective and gained your trust will accompany you on your journey. Is there a world out there that's better suited for those imbalanced in their light nature than this one? Whether or not, we'll leave your story on record, so those who come after will know you followed your light nature and saved the world. So, when all is said and done, it turned out to be an unusual ending after all. What could be better than ending the story the right way? Ending it your way, a beginning of something new.